Guys, I know you probably watch a lot of videos on how to and what to do and how to win and all this good stuff, which is important. Admittedly, it's important. I make a lot of videos on this stuff. It's extremely important that you also know, as strange as it sounds, you also need to know how to fail. You need to know what not to do, and you need to look for the signs on things where you may be slipping back and where you may be failing right now, because success is subtraction. If you can just ensure that you're not doing what it takes to fail, you will guarantee success. And most people don't think about that. They're trying to add things to the life, add more things, add more things, add more things. In reality, a lot of it is just making sure you're not doing the stuff you shouldn't be doing. So through this video, I'm going to show you exactly what failing looks like and why people fail. I'm going to show you how to win and what winning looks like and how you can transition to absolutely clean up your path. So, I mean, this video is probably going to be 15, 20 minutes. Make sure you've actually got enough of an attention span to watch a 15, 20-minute video, or no wonder you're failing, right? If you want to achieve a great life, you want to be in great shape, you want to have a great business, you want to have financial location freedom, and you can't watch a 15, 20-minute video on how to actually set that up and achieve that in life, well, there's your answer. You don't even need to watch this video, okay? But if you're actually serious and committed to making it happen as soon as possible, and you're not one of these fluff that just says, I'm going to think about it. You are one of those guys where deep in your conscience, you are like, no, I am destined for something serious. Then this is the place you need to be, guys. So first thing I'm going to show you is just a quick little analogy, really, on what compound wisdom leads to, okay? And that is exponential progress, okay? So this is a little compound interest diagram, and this is all hypothetical timelines, because obviously timelines can be changed. Why? Because some people invest in themselves and some don't, and some put in more intensity than others. There's so many factors. We're going to talk about all of that later in the video. But for now, let's just run this hypothetical diagram. So we've got, for example, here 1 month, 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, 3 years. And most guys are going through life and they start something and they get 1 month in and they don't see many results and they quit. Or they get 6 months in and they've not seen many results, even though they're still doing the work, and then they quit. Or they get 12 months in and they're seeing a little bit of progress, but they may be earning like $5,000 a month now in their online business at 12 months hypothetically. And they're looking at some guy who's doing 100 or 7 figures a month, and they're like, oh, well, this has taken me 1 year. I don't have enough years in my lifetime to get there. They might get 2 years in and they're at 15 grand, but they're looking at a guy who's doing 7 figures a month and they're like, this has taken me 2 years. If I want to get to 7 figures, if I multiply my 15 grand a month by 60, I still won't be where they are. Guys, don't worry. Slow down. Compound wisdom leads to exponential progress. Your line of income won't go like this from day one. Now, yes, there are ways you can speed it up massively. For example, some of our CEO guys come in and they get to 5, 6, 7K a month in their first weeks, months, which is crazy good because they're actually buying their way into wisdom to save themselves years, and not even just years, they're actually guaranteeing the path. Many people invest years but don't get anything, and I'm going to show you what those people do shortly and what not to do. But my point is, as a hypothetical, your wisdom will compound, and that will mean your growth becomes exponential. So for example, it may take you literally 2.9 years, let's say, to this black line, and you're at, let's say, 15K hypothetically a month in your online business. But then within that next half a year, you may then just jump to 40, which is crazy. It's not that you need to double time. At this start, it's always going to start at a slower place. You've got to start rolling the snowball. But once the snowball is bigger, guys, for every single roll, it picks up a lot more fucking snow. It picks up a lot more mass. So you've got to see your progress like rolling a snowball. And when you're starting from a little pea, it's not that visible. all the time. Now, yes, you can speed it up, like I said, by going to the guys that have already done it and getting the answers straight away instead of guessing your way around. But I just want you to have this analogy, this graph in mind throughout this video, okay? So this is what winning looks like, guys. To explain a bit of a metaphor, okay? Imagine you got a treasure chest, and inside this treasure chest, you've got your 20K month, for example, all right? Your 20K month, yeah, you're not like the craziest, wealthiest guy in the world, but you know, your 20K month might be your first, not baby goal, but your first big goal, your first big milestone. You're living wherever you want. You're in Dubai, you're in Miami, you've got a nice car or maybe a chauffeur driver, you've got the nice apartment or the penthouse. You're living nice, okay? So this is what it looks like to get there. Now, still have this in mind and picture this with what I'm going to talk you through, okay? So, padlock. This padlock in particular for this picture that I've used is one of those twisty padlocks. I don't know the proper name for them. You can correct me in the comments, but we're calling it a twisty padlock. And a twisty padlock, effectively, imagine there is a set code at which it unlocks, okay? Now, it's all jumbled up at the moment. And winning looks like you take one twist on one of the dials at a time. You've got 3 or 4 of the dials. In this case, we've got 3 dials we're going to line up. You're only allowed to move them one click at a time. Now, the compound interest for exponential growth is very much like this. Very similar in terms of you will take one click. You might not visibly see too many results, but internally, something is getting closer to results. There is an internal progress, but not an external progress that the world can see that can validate you to make you feel all nice, because you have made progress, but the world can't see it, and now they're not patting you on the back saying, well done yet. All right, this is why most people want to quit, because no one's telling them well done. Stop looking for the well dones. Well done yourself when you know you're following the right path. So one click at a time, one click at a time, one click at a time. Everything needs to be moved correctly until you've got them lined up, right? Have that in mind. So effectively, once you've got all the clicks, boom. Now all you did for that last one more click. Now, boom, you've got the 20K month out of nowhere. So you were doing all this internal work in yourself and in your business or in your career, and then all of a sudden you did one little click and boom, you now had access to that 20K month. That is what winning really does look like, guys. Now, this is what failing looks like, right? And far too many guys do this. This is, I put 99%, this is 99.9% of guys, okay? They do show up, right? If you are not at that point where you want to be physically, mentally, career, lifestyle, finance, like, I'm not taking away from you guys. You are showing up. You're doing exactly what I used to do, okay? And this is why I'm sharing this video, because I want to pull you up on this. I want to call you out. In fact, I want to call you up. I want to call you up. I don't like saying call you out. I want to call you up. You guys need to just wake up a little bit, just like I had to do. And this is what's happening. You're there every day, trying so hard. I don't take that away from you. Okay, you probably go into the gym, then you go to work to your 9 to 5, or maybe you've got your own business already that you do full time, but it's just not really growing. You're not at that level yet. Or if you do come back from your 9 to 5, then you are working hard. You are working. You're like, I'm on my side hustle. You might have a coaching business, like obviously my heritage, my background, building coaching businesses. Then you may have an e-com business. It doesn't matter. You may be doing some trading. It does not matter. This applies to everything, no matter what your little niche is, okay? You're showing up every single day and you're knocking on this door. But what you don't realize is that there's nothing behind this door. There is absolutely nothing behind this door. The person who you think's in there died 70 years ago. And at the other side of the door is just empty space. So you're just knocking every day, frustrated. And again, you have no external progress. This is why it's dangerous, guys, because you can have no external progress, which is very similar to doing it the winning way. But when you have no external progress, but you're doing it the wrong way, it's hard to tell. So these guys, what they do is they get to a point where they keep showing up. They're like, oh, I've got a good mindset, Keep showing up. And then they're like, oh, this is just absolutely rubbish. Nothing's happening. And they turn away. So let's clarify this a little bit more simple. Okay, I'm actually just going to start with a quote. A fool learns from his own mistakes. A wise man learns from the mistake of others. Otto von Bismarck. I hope I've said that correctly. Great quote. And it's something I live by. I've got many quotes I live by, in all fairness. Very simple, real, impactful quotes that you have to live by. All right, you've got it. Your paradigm in your mind is what dictates your future, and if your paradigm's wrong, you will live wrong. Okay, so let's just reiterate that the winning formula and the failing formula, they both work hard every day. Now, yeah, unfortunately, these days the failing formula can also consist of the people that do absolutely naff all. But for the sake of this video, we're actually going to talk about how to fail by working very hard. We're not talking about the losers who don't try. They're probably not watching this video. I'm talking about you can work extremely hard and fail. Okay? So the winning formula, let's get this out of the way. Work extremely hard. They invest in themselves and they gain wisdom from those who have already walked the path. Therefore, they have immense clarity and a structured blueprint step-by-step formula. So effectively, if we go back here, they're like, right, I want to unlock this treasure chest. They've gone to someone who has already unlocked the exact same treasure chest in life, has the same goals. And they have just been told by their mentor figure, move this one this way, 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 get these numbers lined up, and you're going to need 72 moves, and once you've done that, it's going to click. All right? That's the winning formula. So they have been told exactly what to do. Therefore, what does this mean? It means that even when they are 68 moves in and they don't have all this external validation for their hard work yet, they will still continue to show up because they have clarity in exactly what they need to do step by step, and they know it's all coming. They have faith that the inputs will create the outputs because they are taking their knowledge and wisdom from somebody that has already got real hard physical results. So regardless of emotion, they will show up until the jackpot is presented to them because they know, they have 100% belief that it will come because they are working with someone that's got real hard evidence of this thing already happening. Whereas, guys, the failing formula, they do work extremely hard and they do show up consistently for a very solid amount of time initially until they get to that point where they are 66 knocks in and they're like, no results. Now, this bit's going to relate a lot with some of you guys. They then most likely have no results. They're fed up. They start going around Googling, and then they get to the point where they're like, right, I'm going to go ask someone. I'm going to go speak to my friend. I'm going to speak to my parent. I'm going to speak to my cousin or my uncle. And effectively, they go and speak to someone who's in proximity to them, not in proximity to their goals, but in proximity to them, someone that they can just speak to. And they go to them for advice and say, look, I've been trying really hard. I'm struggling with this. And they go for some advice. And guess what that person says every single time? You should go find a real job. You should do something different. You should just go back to what you were doing before. What happens? They quit the process and now have guaranteed and achieved actually failure. The only way to truly fail is to quit. And most likely these people then go from a hustle back to a 9 to 5, or they may go venture to venture, side hustle to side hustle, and they're changing it. But they hit the same pain point every time because they don't have that 100% certainty and clarity in that what they're doing is going to pay off. So they always just drop out before the reward actually comes. I don't know if any of you guys have seen that little I don't know what you'd call it, but again, it's like a little video that comes up on Instagram sometimes. It's like a guy digging through a mine and he's like one dig away from the gold, right? The failing formula is those guys that, like, just because they don't know where they're going, they just walk back out. They just stop when, in fact, if you kept going in and you did invest in yourself and you did just get the path, you were in the right. There is no wrong industry, guys. Right? Everyone has their own industry. Now, like, my purpose from the start was I want to build and have a huge impact and change lives and build coaching businesses and help people with what they need help with. So that was me, but that might not be you. For any of you guys that do want that, that's great. And in fact, I've got my CEO program and can help you guys do that. But if your passion internally is telling you to do some trading or it's telling you to do econ, well, go follow that. But whatever you do, you need to go to someone that's already done it at the highest level. And you need to work with these guys because you need to have 100% certainty and proof and belief that if you follow their steps, it will happen. Whereas you guys are just following nothing. You might be watching an odd little YouTube video here and there, but you're literally just, you're doing the quote. You're learning from your own mistakes. And most people don't even learn from their own mistakes. They're wasting 2, 4, 5, 10 years to find out something that some guy could learn in my program in the first day and never make that mistake for himself. The reason I got to where I am by 24, and I moved to Dubai at 22, right? The reason I got here so fast was because I actually followed the winning formula. Yes, at 19, I was the door knocker. But as soon as I transitioned into, okay, I'm actually going to get a clear path that I have 100% belief in, I'm then exposed to the correct blueprint and I can just follow it. I now do have faith to just continue showing up. And like, even what I've written here, guys, is like, even when you're following the right path and looking up the ladder and you've got the wisdom, you've got the advice, you've got the strategies, you still have to have the mindset that you can never quit, as quitting is the failure. So like I said, the true failures are, they're knocking at a door with nothing behind it. They don't have the clear plan. They're trying to do it all themselves, but they're actually just putting so much effort out. Like, who wants to expose so much effort in the wrong direction? Like, how many guys do you know that go to the gym every day or try and eat healthy every day and still look like a sack of fucking average potatoes? How many guys do you know that work hard? Maybe these guys are you. That work on a side hustle every single week, every single day. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years down the line, still nowhere. Still nowhere at all. Now, yes, there's compound interest, but compound interest, this model I'm showing you of the reality is only working when they follow the right path. This isn't the model for the failure model. The failure model is literally time and income is just a flat line along the bottom. It doesn't actually even work up, guys. You have to be following a proven strategy. It's like if you guys want to learn the piano, learn from a fucking pro pianist, right? And gain that wisdom. Yeah, you've still got to put the practice in and you get better, but you've got to actually make sure you're moving in the right direction. Okay? When you want to build your income, you need a clear strategy that you can stick to. And the second way people fail is, like I was talking about here, you can still never quit. Some people do start off good. They go and they find the coaches, the mentors, they study, they read the books, the courses. But then, guys, what happens is they get to 12 months and they're like, oh, sick, I'm at maybe my 10K month or whatever. And then they just stop. And now they're not looking at the ladder. They don't have a clear blueprint to keep running with. And then, again, that's another form of failure. So failure is, number one, never move up the ladder in the first place and never look up and get the blueprints, the wisdom, the 100% clarity, which actually allows you to have the faith by taking maximal intention and action towards your goals. Manifestation is taking the maximal amount of action that you know you could possibly take. So if you're holding back in some areas right now and you're like, I could be investing harder in myself right now, like, that's not faith. That's not manifestation, guys. That's bullshit. That's absolutely nothing. Those who are grateful seize every opportunity to grow in front of them. They ask themselves, would this move me closer to my goal, yes or no? If it's yes, they move with it. That's what you got to do, guys. And like I said, the second route is people that like are following the path and then drop off. And then they just stay on a flat line. Okay, so my point is, even with the correct path, you still have to develop an elite mindset along the way because it will be tough. Like I said, entrepreneurship is not for everybody. And that's also a good thing. Right now, I'd say if you're 19 minutes into this video, it probably is something that you should probably pursue because you've managed to get through this video and you're still on your hustle, you're still on your grind, and your conscience is probably telling you to. So my point is, you have to keep in proximity to guys with the mindset that you need in order to stay in the game and continue the growth up. because far too many people think they've won before they've won, right? And the only way to develop the mindset you actually need to achieve your goals and achieve the income in the model that you want to have it in is by being in close proximity to the guys or guy that has actually done it, right? Because I hear it all the time. Oh, Tom, I've got a great mindset. I'm like, yeah, you've got a great mindset compared to society, and society is like literally just a bunch of rats and bots running around being controlled who have nothing to show in life. I'm like, well done, you've compared your mindset to them. That's good, but if your mindset was really, really great, you would be where you want to be. So I'm saying, right, you've got a good mindset compared to fucking idiots. Cool, good start. But your mindset is equal to your level of competence and results in life. So you always have to look up, and your mindset shows, guys. Your mindset is your results. Okay? Your mindset will be in direct correlation with results. So yeah, you know, you might not drink as much alcohol and party, and you may spend your time a little bit better than your mates. Cool, and that shows. But if you want, you know, if you want to build the business, you want to build the income, you want to build the body, the mind, you've got to be in proximity to those guys who have the results you want, because clearly they're the only people with the belief systems, the mindset, the habits, and operate in a way to get those results. So you have to stay in proximity to those all the way. I'm always investing back in myself, looking up the ladder. And every single time I go up one step, I invest another step up. My job is I keep personally, professionally developing so fucking hard. No one can catch me. My clients move at rocket speed, but I'm moving at rocket speed like this. And that's how it should be. That's what a true leader does, forging the path. How I see it, guys, is I'm digging the tunnel through the mountain. And I'm just tarmacking the road behind me. I'm like, everyone can come through. I've spent multi-six figures in my own personal professional development to get all this information and all the hard work and all the wisdom. Like I said, I've had to go through and figure it all out myself, and now you guys can be wise. You don't have to learn the mistakes for yourself and go through that. You can get compounded wisdom for a fraction of the price in a fraction of the time. And it took me a couple of years to get where I am. It's growing exponentially. You guys can do it even sooner. Like I said, guys, one of my clients literally the other week, doing 6K a month in his first month from absolute zero. It's like that weren't heard of back then. Let's get it. Let's go, guys. Don't fucking miss. Make notes. Actually apply this, guys. Like, I'm being serious. Actually apply this. Look at, literally, I would take a picture of this or write it down. And if you're not acting 100% in alignment with this every day, you will fail. And don't get pissed off at yourself that you're failing. Because I'm literally like, I am someone that is in a position you are wanting to be right now. You have to take this on board, guys. You have to drop all ego. Like, I'm doing this for you guys. Like, why do I need to make this video? I don't. But I get pissed off that there's guys who were where I used to be, but just don't have that path out. This is your path out. Make sure you are not doing the bottom and make sure you are doing the top. This is the answer. And when you follow this, you will get every single piece of information you want, and you will 1,000,000x the speed at which you get them, because you want your results now. You don't want results in 60 years. And the chances are you won't get them in 60 years because times have changed. You need results now. You don't want a fucking average life. You don't want to be disrespected by fucking chicks now. You don't want to have no fucking money now. You don't want to look fucking average now. You want to look your best and have the best in life right now, because you're in your 20s and you're in your 30s. This is your prime time. Come on, guys. Wake the fuck up. Let's get this applied. Proximity is power. It's the law of exposure. Let's fucking do this, guys. I want to see you win. Let's go.